Oh, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. It is Wednesday. It is 3 p.m., well, almost 3 p.m. in the East. And that means one thing, and one thing only. It is time once again for another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Live with me, SaleenDriver, host of the longest running Wednesday afternoon live stream in all of YouTube that I know of, host of the show that proves or tries to prove week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out for 230 episodes, most of them by me, a few of them by VicTube, that we are the definitive Wednesday afternoon live stream about nothing in particular. And I'm sure we'll prove it again this week. We always do. Let's see who's in the box. Get the microphone out of my way so I can see the screen. That would be helpful. Let's see. Nate the Great. He was the first one in, so he was not late. He beat me in here. Pancakes or waffles? That's a good topic, Dave. I expect you to come in when I drop the link, and we can discuss that, because I like that topic. I do. Matt Dumit, changing his avatar to the SEC logo. I assume in solidarity with the fact that this is the last Wednesday afternoon live stream of 2025 without college football preceding it or coming after it. And even though the games are shit on the 23rd, it's good to see college football back again. Matt Dumit's vote is for pancakes. Sven is here. He's done research. Oh, God. My boy Jason, greetings from Aruba. Yes, we are the definitive Wednesday afternoon live stream. Yes, we are. Are you, Nate, Jason, are you streaming from work? You're not at work, are you? They wouldn't let you do that. Atypical Gump is here. Good to see you, sir. Hopefully we will see the Battle Angel and Vic2 Productions will show up eventually. Don't forget to click the like button. That's always nice to see. I have noticed recently that I have gotten a couple of dislikes in addition to the likes, and that's fine. I think I know who you are, and you're more than welcome to dislike the stream as much as you want. Don't bother me none. Let's see. Got to fix that and fix that. Okay. Jason is at the office. Okay. Clearing invoices as you listen. Good. Well, happy selling, I hope. Let's see what's going on. Well, I got my car back. The Saleen, as you might remember, I had to go to the body shop for a little cosmetic repair. The rocker on the left side took a little damage, and the inner fender liner on the right side took damage, and that was all cleaned up and repaired. It cost me a pretty penny, but oh well. But we did find some more damage to the car. At least on the passenger side right front, the tire was chewed up on the inside tread, to the point where you could see the metal carcass. The Saleen is always in the garage, sir. It's always garage kept. I had to buy 2 new front tires. That cost about $600 for those. And the car is now undrivable because on the 7-mile drive from the body shop to my house, the tire has separated, the tread is separating from the carcass to the point where you can see pieces, 2-inch long pieces of tread and carcass hanging off the tire. For some reason, it's still holding air. I cannot believe it myself, but the tire is still holding air, but it will never roll again. So I've got the tires. They came in this afternoon. I had to mail order them. And I've arranged for installation and a front end alignment on Friday. So I'm going to have the car flatbedded. So the car is right now a very attractive, very expensive paperweight. It cannot move. Well, it can move, but it can't be. I wouldn't even drive it around my neighborhood right now. That's how bad it looks. Steve Pearson, good to see you, sir. So the car is back. It looks good. The body shop did an excellent job. I mean, they're known in this area for their custom work. They work on and build hot rods, so they know how to lay down paint. Have I claimed my best YouTube stream yet? No, I didn't know I was offered one. I did not know that. I'll have to go find that. So the car will be back to a drivable state Friday afternoon, assuming there are no other problems. But I feel very lucky because that drive home from the body shop, even though I probably never exceeded 60 miles an hour, if that tire decided to let go on the inside tread, that thing could have shredded and wrapped around the brake caliper and knocked off a brake line. It could have wrapped around the suspension and broken the front strut. Or it could have just flat out exploded and I could have driven the car into a tree. So I'm glad that the good Lord decided to let me go home and park the thing and didn't decide that I needed to be off this earthly plane just yet. I would kind of like to live long enough to see both my daughters graduated, one down, one to go, and maybe even married. That would be nice. I certainly would like to outlive my mom, and I think my mom would like me to outlive her too as well. So I was grateful that that tire held up. I still have no idea how that tire is holding air. I will take some pictures of the tire when it comes off the rim and show you what condition it's in. But yeah, that's scary. I mean, I can look underneath the car right now, and I can clearly see a 2-inch long piece of rubber and polycord hanging off the inside of the tire. It's just kind of dangling there. Very scary. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, let's see what else. I'm fascinated by a certain segment of Uncle Lou's antics lately. The only way I can describe this, and I'd say this with all due respect to my friend and a man who has shown me nothing but kindness when I've been with him in Augusta and visited me here on an occasion. and has helped me with this channel with helping me get to subscriber goals. Even gave me a webcam and some advice on equipment and stuff like that. I love the guy to death. I am a Hall of Fame level Patreon supporter of his for going on probably 5 years now. And I find him still to be a very funny and engaging person. But I'm sorry, I have to point out a bit of hypocrisy here. With due respect. The man spent years clowning Dan Mullen. And with good reason, and with plenty of examples of Mullen being a clown, and so on. But now that Mullen is the head coach of UNLV, or as he calls them, LUNLV, the man is actively rooting for Dan Mullen to get to the playoffs before the University of Florida. So all of a sudden, all the chatter about Dan Mullen being a clown, a 5-star clown, et cetera, and he can't do this and he can't. All of a sudden, Dan Mullen is the second coming of Kirby Smart or something. I don't know. I get it. You're sort of a half-assed, humorously pulling for UNLV to because it's your adopted hometown, and it's Mullen with a shot at playing a group of 5 weak-ass schedule with some Power 4 cast-offs in a nothing conference and making the playoffs before the University of Florida does. Okay, I understand. This is like comparing apples to pomegranates, and you know it, and everyone here knows it, because you can't compare Florida playing a Power 4 SEC schedule versus UNLV playing a Mountain West group of 5 pissant schedule. It's not a good comparison. It's not even a bad comparison. It's no comparison at all, quite frankly. And yeah, Dan Mullen, once he gets past Boise State, will make the playoffs, and the University of Florida won't. Okay, yeah, fine. I'll stipulate to that. If UNLV and Florida played equal schedules to Florida's schedule, UNLV might win 2 games. Florida won't do much better this year, but they'll win more of that schedule than UNLV. Conversely, if Florida played UNLV's schedule, Florida may very well go undefeated. And I don't think anyone could argue that opinion, although you're certainly welcome to try. So I think it's kind of funny that a man who clowned Mullen for 4 years straight, rightfully so, now is actively rooting for the man because he's now coaching his adopted team number 2. So I personally would take anything that Lou says about Mullen getting to the playoffs ahead of Florida getting to the playoffs. I would take that with about 2,000 pounds worth of a grain of salt. And that's all I'm going to say about that. What do I think about the watch industry and tariffs in the U.S.? How are people there handling it? Well, I haven't heard much chatter about it, Jason, quite honestly. I mean, I heard some chatter when it first came out on the Random Rob stream. Occasionally somebody mentions it on the Random Rob Discord. Nobody's really talking about it that much. I think it's I think in the long run, it's going to be a non-issue because I think eventually we'll work out trade deals with these particular countries, and the tariff will either go away or be seriously reduced. I haven't changed my watch buying habits. Quite honestly, I'm not really buying many watches this year. I think I bought one Zelos watch, which my mom now has appropriated. I bought another one. I bought a Thresher, which is, I think, going to show up on Friday. But most of my watch activity has been selling. I've been selling off minor pieces and one semi-major piece. Just trying to thin the collection out a little bit. It's gotten a little out of hand. And yeah, but I don't think a lot of people are talking about the tariff because, and the ones that are worried about the tariff, I would just say to them, go into the used market, Raj. I would go in the used market. Go to places like 1916 Company. Go to places like Chrono 24 and European Watch, especially European, and get something that's been authenticated and gently loved. And you'll get the watch you want at a good deal, and you won't pay a tariff. So I think this tariff talk is minor league stuff to me, but opinions vary. 3 days until the show about nothing becomes a show about something. Very true. We'll talk a lot of college football here, I'm sure. Floridian, how you doing, sir? Another one of my watch buddies. He's not buying this year. I am buying this year. I'm buying very little this year, but I am buying. I did buy a couple of watches while I was in Venice, but that was in April and May, and I didn't get hit with any import tariffs at all. Obviously, May, when I returned, it was, I bought the watches in Italy. I paid the taxes up front, and I didn't get bothered by import. When I came in through customs, the watches were clearly in my carry-on, and they didn't bat an eye. They didn't say a word. Second year in a row. Just curious. Okay. We're about to start selling our $2,500 watch, thinking of how to position in the market. I think you'll be okay, Jason. I really do. Matt Dooman says Sony just announced today price increases on PlayStation starting tomorrow. PS5 $549, PS4 digital $49. Yeah, well, I'm not really a console gamer, so that doesn't bother me so much. It just, I understand, this is what leveling the playing field looks like, and I'm fine with that. Nate's moving into his first apartment. Congratulations, sir. I am going to drop the link. I hope that Nate will come in, and so will Sven. But Nate came in with a really good question at the beginning of the stream. And I think it's a question worth exploring a little bit. So if Mr. Bug Eyes wishes to come into the stream, we can have I'm sure, a lively discussion about that. Or we can just talk about nothing in particular, which we're all good with that. Now, let's see. Hang on just a minute. Yeah. And Amazon is about to drop a package at my front door. So when they do that, there will be a brief pause while I bring the package into the house so it doesn't get pirated. Hang on. I see you guys. Hang on. There we go. Then, my bad. Nope, wait a minute. Okay,
Hello.
there we go.
Hello.
Hello. So Nate, before I even came into the stream, had proposed the question of preference: waffles or pancakes.
Yeah. Oh, got to clean up.
And oh yes, Soda Lava collection. Oh yeah, yeah. You mentioned you were going to do that, Jason. I remember. And Floridian has already chimed in with pancakes. And if my opinion matters, and it does matter to me, so I will give my.
Yeah.
I prefer pancakes,
Better.
but there is only one reason why I prefer pancakes over waffles.
Yeah.
Clean up. It is a hell of a lot easier to clean up a griddle pan than a waffle iron.
That is true.
And that is the only. Now, if I am out and about, I'm good with ordering waffles because they taste good, especially the Belgian waffles.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have to clean the waffle iron.
That is true.
Now, if I am at home, I make pancakes because they're easier to clean up.
Yes. And what's better put on syrup, in your opinion?
Pancakes.
Okay.
And Baylor Man says eggs are better than both pancakes and waffles.
Yeah, I would say though, but I'm saying we're just discussing you know how people say waffles are better than pancakes, pancakes are better than waffles. That's why I asked. So
now Matt Dumit prefers pancakes.
yeah.
Jason prefers steak and pancakes.
Okay.
And
I take the steak pure. No pancakes, no
Matt says
waffles.
that he does like Belgian waffles.
Yeah, no pancakes, no waffles. Give me the steak. I'm fine.
Yes. Steak and eggs. Yeah.
And the egg on top of the steak.
See, I never learned to like eggs very much, so I don't really eat eggs.
I mean, do you like scrambled eggs with cheese, like shredded cheese? I mean, that's what I like.
No, I don't eat eggs at all. Now I make eggs for my kids, but
okay.
And they always preferred scrambled eggs with cheese. I got to go run 30 seconds. I got to get this package out of my front door. Okay. Talk about pancakes.
Yeah.
So then, what do you put on your pancakes? Just butter and syrup? That's it? Or you put something on it?
I make pancakes. Pancakes in Germany are a little bit different than in the US. We use flour, eggs, salt, and milk, and that's it.
That's kind of similar. I mean,
so
we
make it very thin.
Yep. Like crepes.
Crisp,
like crepes.
Very crispy.
Oh,
brown on top, and on the it has to be crisp, and then we roll it.
Rolled up pancakes.
And we put some stuff inside. Some guys like spinach inside, or some guys like strawberry gel inside, or cinnamon sugar, or cinnamon and sugar, and maple syrup you can put inside, but most times we roll it.
Oh, look at Jason here with the Wagyu steak. Yes. This is the man who gets up every day and goes to work selling Rolexes and stuff like that. So come on.
A Wagyu steak in Germany is around, when I buy it fresh, around one steak, around $100.
Damn.
Wagyu A5 from Kobe, Japan, is $100 easy, maybe 200 easy.
Wait, what is Wagyu from? This is just a cow.
Japan. No, Wagyu is a special treated cow. It has a lot of marbling inside. You know what marbling is? That's the white points in the meat.
The fat.
It's fat. It's a marbling.
So it has a lot of
the
fat.
more
The
fat
best-
you
the
have
best-
in a cut of the more fat you have in a cut of steak, the better the flavor. That's why ribeye is actually, to me, the best steak to do, but it's also, it's hard on my gut because it's kind of
Right.
fatty,
Well,
but it's
Wagyu
also the
A5
best flavor.
Here, listen, 2,000 pound per pound, grade 5. Wagyu A5 Kobe, what is the best in Japan, is 2,000 pound. Es gibt Australian Wagyu is at 800, maybe $800 a pound. So, and the American Wagyu is
probably 1,000.
no, it's the same like Australia, but nothing tops Kobe, the Japanese Wagyu. When I went to Sapporo back in the days, 20 years ago, for work, the manager of the library there gave me a Wagyu. We went to a restaurant and we eat Wagyu, and he paid, I don't know how much it was. It was astronomical, but it was the best piece of meat I ever had in my life.
That's good. I have a question for you, Saleen, and you, Sven. Now, I'll ask you about pancakes first. What do you put on your pancakes? Or just butter and syrup? Just simple? Or you just put something that add on? I mean,
I don't put butter on my pancakes.
I actually I don't butter my pancakes anymore.
Okay.
I can't really taste the butter, and I can't really for the life of me figure out what the point is. So I don't put butter on them anymore. And I like to find Vermont maple syrup. Real maple syrup, not that Aunt Jemima processed.
Not Canadian.
Crap. No, not Canadian. Vermont maple syrup.
Yes.
It's really the only good thing that ever came out of Vermont was maple syrup. Otherwise, I have no use for the entire state. I just put syrup on it, and I just eat it that way. I don't need strawberries. I don't need whipped cream.
Yeah,
I don't want
do that.
potato. I don't want chocolate chips or blueberries or walnuts or pecans or pecans or whatever.
Yeah,
just give me a good buttermilk pancake with maple syrup on it. I'm happy.
I was just curious because everybody's different what they put on their food, right?
Definitely.
As I said, Nate, in Germany they put spinach inside, strawberry jelly, cinnamon, sugar, maple syrup. It's different. I prefer it with strawberry jelly.
I mean, okay.
It's like Lou said. It's like Lou says with a steak. I think he's famously said this many times. He said, "If you have to put steak sauce on a steak, you did it wrong." And I agree with that. For me, keep it simple. For steak, when I do a steak, I do salt, pepper,
garlic powder,
both sides, and use a grill pan. I use a grill pan, and just cook it simply. Now, sometimes I'll switch it up.
Grill.
I've tried that McCormick Montreal seasoning before.
It's okay,
and that's actually really good.
Okay.
But I only do that like once every 5 times I do a steak.
Okay.
Normally it's just salt, pepper. Yeah. I might throw a little garlic salt on it.
That's
garlic powder. Yeah, garlic powder.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, garlic powder or garlic salt. It's whatever one I happen to have.
Yeah, it's the same.
I put basically on waffles and pancakes. You might be kind of weird, probably a Midwestern thing, but I put peanut butter on first butter, spread of peanut butter, and syrup. That's it.
No, I've heard of the peanut butter on pancakes.
I mean, it's not bad.
That is a Midwestern thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, would you try that?
I mean, different strokes. I love my dad. I love my father to death. I wish every day that he was here for me to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
But for the life of me, I could never understand why the man would put ketchup on macaroni and cheese.
That is disgusting, but no offense. But
No, that is disgusting, and I told him so many times.
Yeah.
He
Mike,
likes ketchup on mac and cheese. I don't understand it, and I said, Dad, when you do that, you hurt my soul. But he did it.
he has to do what he does.
You know that in about a month from now in September, he will have been gone for 3 years.
Yep.
God, I miss that man.
I can't imagine losing my dad. I mean,
By the way, Nate, tomorrow at this time, I'm in Ireland. Guess what?
oh yeah,
I'm
no,
in Dublin.
Farmageddon.
I'm in Dublin.
Farmageddon.
You're in Dublin now?
No, still in Germany. My flight goes 5:02 p.m.
He's gonna go see the Farmageddon rivalry between Iowa State and Kansas State.
I called my friend up today where I live, and he said around 2,000 Iowa State people are in town right now.
How many?
2,000.
Damn.
2,000 people from Iowa are in Germany?
No,
I didn't know that.
In Dublin. In Dublin.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! 2,000 Iowans in Ireland?
Who would thought?
Last year,
gee, that's going to set back that country a dozen years.
Last year, 10,000 Seminoles booed off nowhere after they got bamboozled by Georgia Tech, and I was in the stands. I can prove it.
Man, I'm sorry about that. I can believe that it doesn't get any easier, and I'm sorry it's been that long for you.
Yeah.
Why is it always my camera get blurry?
Korean spicy noodles with cheese. Oh boy. I hope that I really hope Battle Angel doesn't see that, because I think she'd fly down to Aruba and hurt you, sir.
I like pho from Vietnam more than the Korean spicy noodles.
Are you talking about like the ramen, or is that Chinese?
No, ramen is
Japanese.
Okay. They all look the same.
But
thank you for that, Nate. I appreciate that.
So
what?
My channel's going to get canceled now because of you.
Oops.
Yeah. We sue you.
My bad.
Ramen is Japanese, you heathen.
So,
konnichiwa.
Genki desu ka? Was? Nate. Genki, konnichiwa, Genki desu ka. Hallo, wie geht es dir? Und du sagst, arigato gozaimasu, Genki des. Vielen Dank, mir geht es gut.
We now have a German guy speaking Japanese on an American stream.
Yeah.
Can you speak English?
No, I try. Listen up.
Okay, this you can try.
He speaks better English than you do.
Yeah, that's bad.
I try. I did a little.
I do try to.
Nate,
what's up?
Listen, I did a little research. Auburn claimed 7 fake national titles. You all know. So, and I'm retired. I have time. So, I put on my PC and looked it up. In 1914, Auburn claimed a national title, despite the fact they got blown out and steamrolled by Georgia.
This is by the way. This was claimed 2 days ago.
Yeah. They claimed the 1914 title, and they lost to Georgia by 15. So, and they had 8 wins this season. Washington and Jefferson had 10 and 0, with wins over Yale and Harvard. What are the primary title favorites at this time? So absolute fake. Auburn
Fake,
No.
they have more
In
fake natties than Michigan.
Yeah. Wait, I have more. In
Oh,
1941, the Gums, Alabama, claimed the national title. Look it up. Despite the fact they lost 2 games and finished 3rd in the SEC, they lost at home 14-0 to the Cowbells, my Mississippi State Bulldogs, and 7-0 at Vandy. So, Mississippi State won the SEC championship, and they couldn't field. State was invited to the Sugar Bowl, and we couldn't field the team because Pearl Harbor took place. So, and 14 players from Mississippi State had to go to the war. So, and we couldn't field a team. So, otherwise, Mississippi State would be the champion of 1941. But Alabama, 2 losses, finished 3rd in the SEC, claimed the national title in 1941.
How they managed to pull that off?
Yeah, in 1970, the Texas Shorthorns claimed a national title, despite the fact they lost in the Cotton Bowl to Notre Dame. And Notre Dame had a better record and beat them head to head.
You know what the nice thing about Florida's national titles are?
They're all real.
Everyone saw them. Everyone saw them happen.
Yeah. And in the same year, Ohio State claimed the national title, like Texas, in 1970, despite the fact they got run off the field in the Sugar Bowl by Stanford's 27-17. So, and the only team in 1970 who went undefeated are the Cornhuskers. They are the real champions, Nate. In 1970, the Nebraska Cornhuskers went undefeated, and they should be the real national champions. So, in 1973, the same team, Alabama, got boat raced by Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl and claimed the national title. Isn't that crazy? They flew home, lost to Notre Dame, and claimed the national title after they lost at the Sugar Bowl. No? Nuts.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I wrote down 5 now, but every one of these fake titles is a joke. It's an absolute. There's not a single team who went undefeated. In 1914, Auburn claimed Washington Jefferson went 10-0. So in 1941, Bama claimed Mississippi State was undefeated in the SEC. So, and they faked the title. In 70, Texas and Ohio State lost, and Nebraska was undefeated. And in 73, Notre Dame was undefeated, and Bama claimed. And they lost to Notre Dame and still claimed the title. These people are nuts. So, by the way,
ouch.
1 Guinness in Dublin at the moment is $12. They raised the prices this week from $5.50 to $12, only because college football is in town.
Well, luckily for me, I don't drink.
I drink maximum 2 beers. Maximum.
Speaking of not drinking, the reason I don't drink is the diabetes. I just saw my endocrinologist yesterday. She was happy on many levels. For one thing, I put a little bit of weight back on, which they saw was actually a good thing. So now I weigh 164 pounds. They also said that my blood chemistry was in such good shape that they reduced my metformin medication by a third. I don't have to. I can now take 1,000 milligrams a day instead of 1,500 milligrams a day. So a little easier on the kidneys, a little easier on the stomach.
Good.
So all good, and my kidneys are in good shape. And they said I'm allowed. They made another appointment for me for 6 months from now, so I get to live another 6 months.
Bum, bum, bum.
So
Very
yay
good.
me!
Yeah, good news.
I get to live a little longer. Yay!
Yeah, but we are still in our 50s.
I'm 60, sir.
You're 60 now.
I have now crossed over the threshold.
You know what? I'm old. You are very old.
Yes, but I can now take advantage of my 401k. I'm sorry, not my 401k, my Roth IRA and my regular IRA. I can now use them if I so desire.
You know what? I took a 25% pay cut for 5 years and retired. I give a shit about this money. Retiring is way
Did
better.
anyone hear about this story? FDA investigating possible radioactive shrimp sold at Walmart.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Really?
that's possible.
Some great value raw frozen shrimp because it may be contaminated with cesium-137, a radioactive isotope.
That sucks.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Well, who's ever buying food at Walmart is probably stupid anyway. But
And nobody buys frozen shrimps. Nobody. At least in Germany, not. Nobody buys frozen shrimps. This is the last thing I would buy. Because they have to make it. What is the? Let me look it up. They have to make it durable. The shrimps. So and you can't make them durable only when you freeze shrimps. It's fish at the end. So and they have to put chemicals inside, or radiation. So and nobody would buy that stuff in Germany. Nobody. There's absolutely no way. And I hope Walmart has to pay $100 billion and get broke over this. Nobody needs Walmart. Nobody. Yeah, bring the little guys back. The bakery on the corner and it's better. If you have a problem with anything you bought in Walmart, it's stress. It's not good. All these mega companies, they say, yeah, this and this and this and this, and it takes weeks and weeks before you get it settled. It's not good. At least in Germany, it's this way. Don't know how it's in America, but
a dining. I ain't doing sorting.
I heard you get a new flat, a new apartment, Nate.
Yep.
In Omaha.
Yep.
A house or apartment?
It's apartment.
Apartment. Yeah, it's good. You're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
It's one room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 10 rooms.
I wish. No. If it was 10 rooms, it'd probably be $1 million. But no. It's 1 bedroom. It's basically a studio.
Yeah.
Well,
The
it's
problem with
larger.
Nate, what you in your age don't understand, if you have 10 rooms, you have to clean up 10 rooms.
And thank God I don't.
Yeah, ask Saleen. He has a house.
But not 10 rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have
It
to
doesn't
clean
have
up a
10
house, it
rooms.
sucks. It sucks. It sucks.
Well, it's a relatively small house. I can clean the whole thing in a couple hours.
I
Yeah.
can't. I don't think I had the ability to.
You will learn it
I know, but
if you live on your own, and you have to learn it.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're getting in trouble with mom. I can promise you that if mom comes and your apartment is dirty, she will smack you behind your ears. Yes.
True. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a job. A good job that pays money.
Don't you think you got to have the job before you get the apartment?
Well, the thing is, I've been, what do you call it? Restricted from doing my previous job, even though I don't know if I'm fired or not. I'm probably gonna, because my previous job that was, dishwashing, a what do you call it? Old folks home or old folks apartment. And I was mainly the dishwasher in the kitchen and doing a commercial dishwashing and right now they got bought out. The company that was before they got bought out. So basically the whole brand that I once was working for got bought out. So basically the old boss, which I liked really well because he was laid back, professional, basically a nice boss that you don't get often. A
True.
flexible boss, but and nice co-workers. I mean, all of them are gone. Well, not all of them, but most of them, because when you get bought out from the company that you just or were working for, they basically limit the, I guess, amount of workers. Now I don't know. So I don't know because I don't know if I'm fired or not. I don't know if I'm working or not. I just don't know. But my I guess job coach is trying to figure out some, trying to communicate the brand, or the job I'm working at currently, and I'm hoping to resign 2 weeks notice, just because I'm afraid the new boss will be a dick. So I don't know. And apparently he probably will. So that's why I'm looking at some
New jobs.
new jobs. Yeah, so I can get paid.
Well, what made you decide to strike out on your own, sir?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're going to go live in your own apartment, right?
Right.
So what made you decide to do that now? Did you just figure it's time?
No, it's a family decision. So it's just me and a family. I've been living with my family my whole life, so.
What's up, sir?
But
what's going on, everybody?
hello. But
and look who popped in when I wasn't looking. The Battle Angel, the most patient and put upon woman in all of YouTube.
That
if you know, you know.
Matt has a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. That's not a bad idea.
Work at a sporting goods store.
And sell hockey gear. I mean, we do have sporting goods stores, so I know hockey. So that's
Well,
could
there
be
you go.
good. Let's see. Sporting
Sven,
goods.
so what you think that Miami is going to do this season? As we were talking about earlier, I had to go.
Miami.
Yeah,
We're going to
we're
be
talking about with
Florida,
Carson Beck.
unfortunately.
You know,
Think
Beck
so?
is a
Yeah,
good quarterback.
I think they're going to beat Florida. Yeah, unfortunately.
Beck is a good quarterback. It all depends is have they fixed their defense. The defense was terrible.
I agree. Yeah, it
Beck,
wasn't the best. If you talk to
you know, Beck will give you not Cam Ward because
you talk to
he's
Slim
not.
Shady, you know he will. The first thing he'll
He's
say is their defense was great.
he is not that mobile as Cam Ward, but Beck
Well,
can
I
make
love Slim
any.
Shady to death, but he needs to. His comments about Miami need to be taken with several grains of salt.
Yeah,
You talking about Slim Shadys?
Yeah,
yeah,
I kind of agree with that.
he's a nice guy, but when it comes to Miami,
he's got a
Homer
serious.
Guns.
I leave it there.
No, I'm not going to leave it there. When it comes to Miami Hurricanes, Slim Shady Canes is one of the biggest homers in the
Yeah,
in the
he's
creation
nuts.
of the Homer
He's
universe.
nuts. He's nuts.
He's got a blind spot on for the Hurricanes. It's 10 miles wide and 15 miles deep.
Yeah,
But you have to admit that what's the coach's name there again? I forget. It came from Oregon. He is making it better, maybe incrementally, but maybe
Cristobal
one
is the
day they
same.
will make the yes, first of all, maybe one day they will make the ACC and actually win it.
They will
That
not
would be a good first step, certainly.
The only problem I have with that is Clemson. Clemson has a better quarterback. They have a better defense, and defense wins championships.
Hey, as a Georgia fan, I know that. I know that all too well.
Beck can make every throw in the book, but he can't run to save his life. He can run for 3 yards, but
He can get you a first down every once in a while. He's not scrambling out.
Yeah, he is. Beck is a top 10 quarterback in all of college football, but he is not the guy like a Klubnik.
He's got to have a great O-line. If he can have a great O-line, he can probably make any throw with them.
What Carson Beck needs is a stable run game.
That's true.
That's what he had. That's what he had 2 years ago at Georgia, and we all saw he was good. He was really good in his first year. He was really, really good. I mean,
does Carson Beck have anybody to throw to this year?
Well, it's kind of what I said earlier. Carson Beck, being that he was a Georgia quarterback the last few years, I saw a lot of talent at him. There's a lot of flashes. He can zip the ball to you 20, 30 yards with accuracy. He can zip it straight to you. But it seemed like the further you go out there, and it may be the O-line situation, it may be, I'm not sure, but it just seemed like the further he went out, a lot of touchdown passes seem to be overthrown.
There are only 2 quarterbacks in all of NCAA who have a quote over 40% by passes over 30 yards. That's the guy from Marshall who is now at Southern Mississippi, and the other one was an NCAA quarterback. I read this. I forgot the name. But the guy from Marshall, Braxton.
We are.
We play this guy in week 1, and I can't wait. He is now with the Marshall head coach and all the stuff. Huff, all are in southern Mississippi. And this guy is a real gunslinger, and he will be drafted in 3 years. He was a true freshman, and he can sling the ball. And even Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, had a quote: 30% or 33, 35. If you throw 40 yards downfield, it's hard to be accurate at this age. You need a lot of experience. The last one who did it really well was Burrow. If you saw this Oklahoma game, and still Burrow overthrow in that Sugar Bowl against Oklahoma when they scored 70 points on them, overthrow 3 or 4 times his wide receivers wide open. Beck will not lose you games. That's a fact, because he plays at Miami, and an ACC defense outside of Georgia Tech and Clemson are nowhere near the competition he faced in the SEC. Nowhere near. He will have more time, and if he I didn't.
Who was trying to talk there? Was that Alex?
He's in the truck.
Yeah,
he's on the road. Yeah, we didn't understand you. You had a hole, a black hole.
I'd like Battle Angel to expound on this a little bit. I don't know why she brought that up. I mean, is there something going on with BA? I missed a meeting or something? Hope she's okay.
Sorry,
I went to GNC.
No, didn't get any of that, Alex.
Yeah, I don't think Miami is a playoff team. I don't see this.
I don't know. They got an outside shot at it.
Yeah, but from what I see is we have too many SEC teams with easy schedules, and they will always take it SEC team over an ACC team if the record is the same. Let's say, for example, if LSU goes 10-2 or Texas goes 10-2, they will choose LSU or Texas over Miami.
That's probably a fair assumption.
And last year, Alabama was 9-3, South Carolina was 9-3, Ole Miss was 9-3, and all three were ranked ahead of a 10-2 Miami. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And today, the commission who makes the playoffs committee, announced that they have a new metrics for strength of schedule, what now comes into play when they select the playoff teams. These people aren't crazy.
Oh, okay. BA is trying to lose some more LBs. Okay. Well, good luck. Seriously, good luck. I wish I could offer you some advice, but I really can't. I don't know. We lost Alex. Okay, well, hopefully it'll come back.
The best way to lose weight is biking. That's what I do. I'm in the summer months, or let's say until it's not cold, I ride all the distances in Berlin with bike. It's quick, It's safe, and you burn a lot of calories. And if you don't want to ride a bike on the street, just buy a stationary bike. You can buy it for $200-300, put it in the garage or put it in the living room and ride half an hour a day. And that burns a lot of calories, a lot.
You know, I was watching a video yesterday. It was by a video by a channel called Watch Chris, and he's really a good channel for watch guys. And he did top 10 cities where you didn't want to wear an expensive watch. And, you know, the usuals were in there: Paris, Rome, Naples, Barcelona, New York, Los Angeles. Well, interestingly, no German cities on his list.
Of course not.
In fact, he went out of his way to say that most of the big cities in Germany were very safe.
I told you before, Saleen, I'm not a homo, and Germany has really his flaws. But in puncto safety, I can go right now. It's 10 p.m. here. I go outside and can walk 5 hours through the city, and nobody harms me. Nobody.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting because, you know, you would figure, you know, even with the typical culture, even with the culture of Germany, you would think that some of the bigger cities like Berlin, like Bonn, or
Bonn is half the size of Baton Rouge.
Yeah. But you would figure even some of the bigger cities in Germany
Munich, Cologne
would have a problem of some kind. But
Saleen, we have small areas in Berlin where everybody knows not to go.
But they tell the tourists that.
So, and there are for the most part it's parks. So, and before marijuana got legalized in Germany, the dealer were there. So, and the police made big posters: don't go at this place from when the sun sets or after it's dark also. And there are big posters all over the place and on all corners of these parks. Don't step inside from whatever 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. or something like that, or when it goes dark or whatever. It's of your own risk, drug dealer inside. So, and that's what the German police does. No? And I mean, you have criminals in Germany like everywhere. You have murders in Germany like everywhere, and you have crazy guys like everywhere. But first of all, only 2% of all Germans have a gun. 2%. And I think in America, only 2% have no gun. So,
you know, sometimes when you have an armed population, you can keep the crime rate down.
Yeah, but
Alex was there a second ago, but
yeah, I saw him. Yeah, I mean, I never felt unsafe. I'm in Berlin since 1985, and I never felt unsafe. Never.
Well, don't go to Atlanta. You'll feel unsafe inside of 10 seconds.
I was in Atlanta and I never will go back. And I was in New Orleans, and I never will go back. Never.
Alex,
Shit,
say
man.
something.
Is that better?
This is very much
better.
better. Much better.
Okay. It's an hour drive home South Metro of Atlanta. I live South Metro of Atlanta, so just got out of there.
Yeah, whereabouts? Union. Where in South Atlanta?
I live in Hogansville. It's about 30 minutes below Noonan, but I drive to Fayetteville every day, and then I go up to Atlanta to do my route. So
You have my sympathies.
I
See,
need
I
them,
lived-
Saleen. I need them.
I
Atlanta's
lived
horrible.
in the I lived in the metro for 10 years. I moved there in 1991. I moved to Marietta. I lived with my friend
Oh,
for a
God.
little while, and then moved on my own just off of Delk and Powers Ferry, a little apartment complex there called Winterset, and then moved to Kennesaw. Bought a house in Kennesaw, just off of 575.
Well, there are some decent areas, but very few in those areas.
Well, Cobb County was pretty good back then, but we left in 2001. Never regretted it.
It's way worse now, I can tell you that.
No, I know. I was back there for the first Slob Olympics, and it was shocking to me how much downtown Atlanta got so much worse.
I think I came back in when y'all were talking. I think I heard Sven talking about guns. If you live in Atlanta, you don't have, you kind of have to have guns just to keep up with everybody. I mean, if you don't have guns, you ain't gonna be able to.
I mean, I don't want to live there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to participate with anything there. I live in a shithole called Berlin, Germany, 6 million people, and 5.999 million are fine not to have a gun. And that's good.
I worked with a guy a few years ago. He said the first thing he said to me was, "Man, if you put a wall around Atlanta, and you throw guns over Atlanta, everybody in Atlanta will be dead in a week."
Between 10 minutes, yeah, in between 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but Atlanta is not the top of the. Baton Rouge and New Orleans are way worse. Way worse.
Saleen, if I could afford to go to Florida, I would. That's just not the cards right now.
Well, yeah, Florida's gotten a little expensive to live in. That's true. Well,
I mean, I get it. Lou loves California. It's just like the other week when Lou was on, he was saying he loves California so much. And maybe the country is beautiful, but yeah, I think he was talking more about the economy of Florida versus California. It's just, I can't see a difference between the two, to be honest.
Well, I can see a big difference between the two. Florida doesn't have an income tax.
First of all,
well, yeah, big difference. Yeah,
there's no income tax, and secondly, Florida has at least a decent senator who knows what he's doing, what you don't have in California.
Governor, yeah. Yeah,
governor.
DeSantis.
Yeah,
not to mention that Florida keeps doing tax holidays all the time, and we're now contemplating cutting our property tax millage because we have more population. We can afford to cut the property tax millage down a bit to save everyone some money because the pie got bigger.
Well, it's also kind of what I said about that railing system they wanted to build in California. They got billions of dollars in government subsidies, and nothing was ever done. Nothing was ever built. Years and years.
Yeah, nothing will ever be. Let me put it this way: anyone who says that they can't see a dime's worth of difference between California and Florida in terms of cost of living and strength of economy and government regulation and tax rates and all that stuff, that person needs to be locked away because they're obviously a danger to themselves and the rest of society.
What I want to know is, where did that money go? Where did the billions go? Where did it go?
That money went into their welfare programs.
Oh, I know too, but that's just something you won't get from certain people. They can't admit that because, you know,
that's why I say someone who thinks that California is a better place to live than Florida needs to be Baker acted, because they are an obvious danger to themselves.
I mean, look at San Francisco. Look at, I mean, it's just better than Florida that has, I mean, okay, they get a hurricane every year that needs some, I mean, what about fires in California? Like they if they'll accept government assistance for the fires, won't they?
Yeah, and I mean, Florida, I mean, you look at cities like San Francisco or Los Angeles, where their levels of, you know, skid row and homeless and people pooping in the streets and all that, and the crime rates and the tax rates and everything like that. There is no analogous city in Florida like that. I mean, you could probably, if you really wanted to stretch it, you could probably say there are certain parts of Miami that are really bad, but not that bad. There's nothing in Florida. There's no one city in Florida that is as bad as San Francisco is in terms of crime and poorly run, and the infrastructure is crumbling. It just isn't there. I mean, there's no bottom of, in terms of, you know, bottom of the barrel Florida that's anywhere near as bad as bottom of the barrel California. It just isn't there. And there's a reason why California is depopulated in the past 10 to 15 years, and Florida has increased its population.
They're leaving in droves right now, I'm heard. Like, people are just leaving. In New York, too. And I know because they're coming here. I do pest control in the Atlanta area. They're all moved. I'll talk to them. Where are you coming from? They're from New York, California. They're moving here in droves. It's crazy.
There's a reason why U-Haul rates going to California are low, and they're 4 times higher if you want to rent a U-Haul to leave California. I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah, I agree.
I said it. I'll say it again. If you think that Florida is, you know, California is better than Florida, y'all need to. I mean, normally I'd say y'all need Jesus, but you don't need Jesus.
No, you need to be simple. You need to be drug tested.
We do need Jesus, but you know, yeah.
Well, I don't need. I don't need
tested
Jesus.
too.
I
know, Saleen. I know you are. I know you are. I'm a preacher too, so I mean, it's you know, I'll of course say everybody needs it, but if you know, you can't make nobody. It's not a Christian's job to come on and make someone. That seems to be the bad thing about, that's the bad rep Christianity gets, is everybody thinks that they're trying to, because some Latter-day Saints or something come to your door, they seem to think that all Christians everywhere just try to push everything and make that happen. But if you're a true Christian, I mean, what Jesus said, he said, if they don't listen to you, if they don't listen to it, then dust off your sandals and keep walking. You know, that's real how it should be.
Yeah, Florida is there's a reason that Florida and Texas and places like Florida and Texas are increasing their populations and increasing their growth.
I go to the Gulf for vacation. Let me just say that. I go to the Gulf for vacation. I don't go to California or New York. I don't want to.
And New York's about to elect a pure, I mean, you can call him a democratic socialist if you want to. He's a Marxist. He's a self-admitted
he's a communist.
He's about to become mayor of New York. Can you imagine a communist being mayor of New York?
Well, they need it. It's just like I was listening to talk show host the other day. He said they need to elect him because as soon as they do, they will figure out that it doesn't work. He'll run that city into the ground faster than he can say it.
Did you know that the New York Stock Exchange is considering moving its the entirety of the NYSE to Texas?
It doesn't surprise me. Texas is booming right now. I mean, the economy there is booming. Everybody's moving. What is it? iPhone or Apple's moving billions of dollars to Texas for something, so they can avoid the tariffs overseas. They're moving a lot of operations.
Well, not to mention they can protect their intellectual property if they locate in the United States versus China trying to steal their intellectual property.
Well,
you can
I
only
still think
push
China
the
needs to be.
You can only push the advantages of slave labor so far before it becomes a law of diminishing returns.
Oh no, China don't do that. Not at all. They don't have slave labor.
No, that's why they're persecuting.
That's a lie, huh?
That's why they're persecuting the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
They're slaughtering their own population by the millions.
Oh, that story about the shrimp thing, that's true though. It was talking about the stuff coming into the Savannah port. I heard it yesterday. Like they were saying great value. Avoid great value for a while because it's radioactive shrimp.
Yeah.
Throw it away. I didn't know you could have radioactive shrimp, but apparently you can.
I remember buying. I remember the one time I had to. It was kind of like I was there and I needed an onion. All I needed was an onion, and I bought an onion at Walmart. And I got it home, and I cut it open, and there was live stuff in the middle of the onion.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Didn't you like that?
No, I didn't. No. It was black. It was black in the middle and it was moving.
Oh,
God.
And it had feet and tentacles.
I don't know about the feet part because whatever it was in there, I sliced it in half.
So I'm guessing you don't shop Walmart no more.
Not for food, I don't know.
You go in there for food, you come out broke. Great value, my butt. Sorry. I don't shop at Walmart.
My food shopping is one and only place, and that's Publix.
Publix is kind of heavy too on some things, but they're better than Walmart.
Let me put it this way: I've never cut into a vegetable at Publix and had something staring back at me.
Yeah. No,
that's important. That's kind of important.
I've seen rats and stuff.
I put that as a high priority that my food doesn't stare back at me.
Yeah.
I do pest control. There's a lot more stuff behind the scenes at stores that you would even realize that you don't.
Well, I used to work in grocery stores when I was a kid, so I know of what you speak.
Yeah.
The fact that I still go grocery shopping is somewhat of a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, but where else are you going to get it? Organic, all in yourself. I mean, that's the problem. You got to grow it yourself if you don't want to risk getting cancer from this or getting cancer from that or getting poisoning from this.
The problem with going to places like Whole Foods or whatever, it isn't so much the store, it's the people in the store. These freakazoids. Birkenstock.
Never been in there.
Oh, they look like hippie rejects and, purple and blue haired.
That was my next question. Do they have green and blue hair? If they do, then you can count me out. I'll just stay away from
it. In Germany, there's a federal law that supermarkets and grocery stores have to replace any sort of vegetables after 3 days.
3 days, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Probably
mean
a good
apples.
thing.
I don't mean apples, or like an apple you can have for half a year. It's no problem. So, but onions or potatoes, if they don't sell it in 3 days, they give it they give it for a sort of the normal price to a company who feeds the poor people in Germany. We also have poor people, and they give it to a lower price to them, and they make food from it, don't waste it, and give it to the poor people for free. And,
Hey Sven, I have something to add about that. Here, I worked at a grocery store locally during COVID, just because I wanted something to do. It was an Ingles, and there was carts. There was probably about 5 to 10 full shopping carts full of food every day in the back. That was kind of like that, getting close to expiration, whatever. Was throw it into the stove to get rid of it. Just do something like give this. Somebody grabbed it, like they're going to take some food to somebody they knew that was on the street. They said, "No, you can't do that. You do it again, we're going to fire you." Like you can't. Like it's just
it's crazy.
It's against the law. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely
so much food every day that was perfectly good.
We have older people, retired people. They came from foreign countries, from let's say Poland or Albania or whatever. So, and they don't get their German retirement funds. They get their local from Poland or from Bulgaria or wherever they came from, and and they send the money to them, and they have way less money as the Germans. So, and we have a thing called Berlin Table, and they go to the grocery stores and ask, okay, we are from the Berlin Table, and can you give us food? And they give, they collect all the food and go to a church, to a local church, and three times a week, they give it to these poor people, and they have to pay for 2 boxes, mega boxes. Let's say it's 20 pounds of food. They pay €2. That's $2.50. That's all.
That's not bad. I mean, it should be like that here, but it's not. No go.
In Germany, the reason for why that is in Germany we had World War II, and Germany had around 3 million people died from starving. They literally died hunger dead after World War II. Germany was split in the Russian zone and the American and British zone and French zone. And in the Russian zone, the Russians didn't care. They really didn't care. So, and Berlin was in the middle of the Russian part, and many people died. And the older people didn't forget this, and told us that children and their grandchildren, and they know what it means to starve and have to be hungry. So, and that's why in Germany there's a culture: we don't waste groceries.
That's definitely
before I throw it away, I give it to my neighbor. I say, okay, I don't need these 6 apples. You want to make an apple salad or something? Here, you can have it. You don't have to pay for it. That's the deal here, and that's the right way to do it.
I'm back.
I didn't know y'all had marijuana legal in Germany. I didn't know that.
Since 2 years. And
2 years. Okay.
Yeah. And
was that Markle that did that, or Miracle, whatever her name is?
Yes.
Okay.
In cooperation with our socialists, we have also socialists here, crazy people. So we have they did it because the marijuana market got out of, how you say it? It got overwhelmed. It overwhelmed the government. So
Okay.
and they said, okay, let's make a deal. We have pharmacy stores called Apotheke in Germany, and you don't have. You only have. You can buy it if you are 21 years old. Yeah, no 18. Normally, you are an adult in Germany with 18, but with drugs, and you are an adult, not an adult until you are 21. If you are 21, you can buy
It's the same thing. It's
marijuana.
the same thing here in America.
Yeah, you can buy marijuana in the pharmacy store, and they pay taxes for this.
Raj.
Thanks a lot.
Nate.
Sorry.
What I
I said
never
Raj.
understood. What I never understood in America is at 18 you can vote, you can join the military,
Yeah,
you
can
can
get killed.
you can be on a jury. You're considered an adult in every other way except alcohol and marijuana.
Yeah, you can't drink a beer. You go to war to Iraq, and
Yeah.
you can't go. You can't go to Sarasota and say, okay, let's drink a beer.
Yeah, I don't. I never understood that. It should be, either you're all of it at 18 or all of it at 21.
Yeah,
I'm not really for complete and utter legalization of marijuana throughout the United States, but if it was, I would prefer it just be legal. At least they could get tax money off of it. I mean, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like everybody, this whole new generation ain't doing it anyway in mom's basement.
No,
so.
but the German government makes billions of this. Billions. This is a
I mean, at least we could do that.
Yeah. So, and if you make it cheaper, as on the street,
Okay.
there is no dealer on the street, and the hard drug dealers, like for cocaine or meth or fent or whatever,
I might be going through a dead zone here, so I'll join back up as soon as I go through.
These people know if they get catched, 20 years prison are waiting. And drugs are not that popular. Marijuana is very popular in Germany, but the rest of the drugs, the hard drugs, are not that popular in Germany. I never smoked a joint in my life, and I never will.
Me either.
Because it stinks.
It does stink.
Yeah. And I don't like it.
Me either.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it makes you crazy, and I'm crazy enough.
Had a burp when I'm muted.
Yeah, I don't need more craziness. Yeah.
I like what I showed you is my pet, or my buddy, I would say.
It's a dog?
Yep. He's a Border Collie Lab mix. Saying hybrid.
Yeah. A dog. He's a dog. Is it snowing in Nebraska?
It's August, for God's sake. It's not snowing anywhere.
Why is sunshine in Nebraska?
Because it's August.
No. Why is the sun shining? Why it's not dark?
It's only 4:30. No,
it's
3:30.
It's 10:30 here.
Yeah, Nebraska is what, 7 hours behind?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 3:30, and it's an hour behind me. It's 3:30.
Yeah, only an hour behind. It's not that big a deal. So
how far is that's 2,000 miles from Nebraska to Florida? 2,000 miles.
by the way, cool.
I
I
don't
was like
know.
cool story. I'll look it up because me and my family did this. We drove from Omaha to Destin. Not straight way. It was like we stopped in our hotels all along the way, but we drove from Omaha to Destin. I think in the year 2017. We had to we had to go freaking through. We had to go through freaking Memphis. Ugh.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, we did at the time.
That's
And we
a
had
town
to-
we forgot to mention, Saleen. Memphis is like New Orleans in Atlanta. This the same
Yeah.
sort of town.
Well,
It's a shithole.
yeah. And what about Birmingham? I thought that was a shithole too. Well, we drove that too.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Here,
good.
let's do that.
Okay, Omaha, Nebraska to Sarasota, Florida is just shy of 1,500 miles.
Yeah,
That's a good drive.
23-hour drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
And per flight, it's 4 hours.
Well, it says right here.
Yeah, 4.5-hour flight.
Here.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you know what I would do?
oh, I'm not gonna put up my address. That's me dumb. All
No,
right.
I never would do a drive 23 hours when I can fly it for 4 hours.
Well, the thing is, the flights were outrageous at the time when we were trying to look at.
Really?
So yeah, it was like we were trying to look at Omaha to
Okay, I'm back.
Destin. Omaha to
Hey,
Destin,
Albert, how you doing?
or Omaha to.
What are we talking about?
I'm just.
You
Since
want to know how long it's about a 1,500-mile drive from Omaha to where I live in Sarasota.
yeah, it says like
Ooh, man.
1,130 miles. Wait, no.
Yeah,
Wait.
that sounds about right.
Wait, 1,130. My bad. Sorry.
Are you coming to Florida, Nate? Like, are you about to
No.
come down here?
We did this basically. We my family in 2017, like I said, drove from Omaha to basically to Destin, all the way to Destin. We had the rental house from Verbo or VRBO, whatever you call it. But this airport was expensive to fly in, so we had no option but to drive to Destin. So
I never heard of Destin.
Destin is in
I've
the
heard it's
Panhandle.
nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
Where
it's part of what's known as the Redneck Riviera.
right.
Oh,
It's right next
I
to
have some
Panama
buddies that live
City
there.
and Pensacola.
I go to Panama a good bit.
Yeah. Now,
See, when I want to, I live in Florida. When I want to take a vacation, I head north. I get out of the state. I go to the mountains.
You go to the mountains? Yeah. That's what the beach people. The people that live on the beach seem to always say they want to head to the mountains, and the people that live like where I'm at and closer to the mountains, they want to head to the beach.
Ow!
Some of my favorite times when I was living in Georgia was heading up into the mountains of North Georgia with my car club and just spending the day driving the roads and ending up at this restaurant farm right on the border with North Carolina. I think it's the Lanaga.
Yeah.
Heard of it.
Fantastic food up there, and the views, and it's so peaceful and pretty up there. And
Ever been to LJ?
LJ.
Yep, been to LJ. Been
Tried
all over North Georgia.
Beautiful up there.
Nashville.
Used to
really good trout
spend a lot of 4th of Julys. I used to spend a lot of 4th of Julys with my then wife and our one daughter at the time. We used to go to Jasper.
That ain't bad right here.
There you go.
By the way, this is the hotel we're staying at.
Native and
Hilton.
born in Georgia my whole life, but I gotta say, like, if I was to move somewhere, I mean, you know, Georgia it kind of runs on you. Eventually, you go everywhere, do everything in Georgia. You're just like, all right, you know.
You don't want to go to Colorado where the Rocky Mountains are? I'm just kidding.
Colorado is very expensive.
I've never been too keen on going to do all that. I mean,
I'm just
maybe
Yellowstone
or something. Yellowstone would be cool. I mean, I thought about doing that, but you know.
You have to go through Nebraska though.
I'm not a big desert person. I don't like I'm you know, I just don't like heat and cactuses and you know.
Now Nebraska doesn't have any of those, but that's more like Arizona or Nevada or Utah or something like that. But
I'm okay with actual dry heat. Like if it's just the sun beating down on me, I'm fine. But it's the humidity that really I can't stand. Like I cannot stand. I hate. That's one thing about Georgia, Saleen, is like you walk out here. Oh, it's going to be 80 degrees, but it's going to feel like 108 with the humidity index. You know,
go to
we have that in Florida all the time.
So,
but at least if you're at the beach, you know, it doesn't hit you as hard. I feel like.
Have you booked a room yet, Saleen, for the Slav Olympics?
No, I have not.
Okay, I was just curious. That's all.
It's expensive up there. It's expensive up there. It's not cheap.
I believe it.
Knoxville's not cheap. It's not cheap.
So it's on Broadway Street. Okay, that's good.
Why are we playing?
They kind of price me out of a lot of these, like the boat thing, and then that, and Panama City I could have done. I just didn't. You know, I had a vacation 2 weeks after that, so there's no way I could take more time off. But there's some expensive places, and you know,
it's 212.
I can understand, Saleen, why you don't want to go to every single one of them.
Well, I've missed a lot. I've missed all but the first one, and you know, some of them were family issues. One of them was a personal issue. One of them was I flat out didn't want to go on the boat.
I think the main crew that goes, most of them, I think they are above means than most of the viewers that listen in. That's just my opinion.
But I mean, none of these Slav Olympics were financially out of my range, although the cruise was pushing it a bit.
Yeah.
But there were either family or personal situations which prevented me from going. So,
well, I mean, I could go to a good bit of them too, but it's just like, do you want to spend the money? Like, a lot of them could probably afford to go. It's just like, do you want to spend that money on a few days or a day or two or whatever?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you know, I don't know. Oh, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is here. Didn't see him jump in.
If they do Atlanta again, I'm going to go. I told Brett that I would go up there.
How is old big dog Brett? How's he doing?
He's doing good. Well, last I saw him.
He's starting to make videos again, so that's why you know that football's back. Man's got kids, and I don't know what he does yet. It's a mystery. I think he's in some kind of sales, but so it's something that keeps him pretty busy.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, the problem.
Now, I don't know about this year's or this coming Slav Olympics. I still don't know yet. You know, I'll have to make a decision at some point.
But,
you don't have to make a decision now. I'm just curious. That's all.
I need to get in contact with him to see if he's going to do his streams, his weekly streams like he used to do. He had like a Wednesday night, I think. He did his.
I do know. I do know that we're as a family. That would be me, my mom, and my daughters. We are setting up another trip to Venice, but we're not
If only
sure
it's
how
only.
that will be. So,
Yeah.
obviously,
See, that's something I would love to visit. Something like that. I'd rather spend a little bit more money and go there than go to like New York or something like that.
Before I
Yep.
go to the Club Olympics, even book a hotel room, I have to pay over $2,000 only for the flights.
Oh, what does it cost out there?
Yes, man. I mean,
Like compared to us.
So and
hey, maybe we do a Slav Olympics in Germany one time.
Yeah, I mean, we did an international, well, kind of with cruise, but I think for the 10th, we should international somewhere in Europe or somewhere.
no, you can't do
okay.
this. And you know
and then
why?
you're gonna
Nate?
price everybody out that is here.
It's just an idea, but might be a bad idea. I'm just idea.
Nate, listen. If you, your dad, and your mom come to Berlin from Omaha, Nebraska, it will cost you no hotel, no food, nothing before you even
Gonna stay with
be in
Sven.
Berlin. $7,000. 7,000. That's
I
a
thought you were
lot of
offering them
money.
room and board for a minute.
No, I mean it's the flight. It's a transportation from Omaha to Berlin
Yeah.
for 3 adults. It's $7 at least.
I thought you were about to say, well, if they come here, you don't have to worry about getting a room. You can stay with us.
Exactly.
That's not a problem. I can arrange that. I'm in a big baseball club, and we have rooms.
I didn't
This
know.
is not a problem.
Not
So,
gonna lie.
Can
I
sleep in
didn't
the hay
know.
bales.
I just saw a ice rink in Nashville. I might bring my hockey stuff.
they have a professional hockey team in Nashville.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like they have like a sports complex.
I do want to visit Nashville.
For
We have a family house in Tupelo in Mississippi. But my cousin lives there. She and her husband, 2 kids, and but it was owned by my dad-in-law. So he was in the Air Force, and he was over here in Germany for over 30 years. And this is his boss house, and I can go there and live there, but it's so expensive. And I decided this year. I mean, I'm a Mississippi State fan. Do I want to spend $5,000 for seeing my team getting boat raced by the freaking Florida Alligators or by the freaking Georgia fake Bulldogs? No. At least when they're competitive and we lose 20 to 17 to Georgia, it's okay, but not this way.
Can you imagine if Mississippi State ends up in Ireland one time? I think Sven is going to become apoplectic.
You know what, Saleen?
He would.
One thing you never can say about me: I never hide it from any loss. I always was here. Always. Win, loss, defeat. I'm not a bandwagon fan. And every team has hard times. I mean, Georgia was shit for 100 years. Florida was shit for 100 years.
That's true.
So, and Nebraska.
Maybe mid.
Yeah. I mean, look, the difference.
I grew up in the Mark Richt era, so
yeah, Mark Richt won
we were
9
doing
games.
okay.
Yeah, Mark Richt won 9 games in his sleep. He was a pretty damn good coach, and the only reason he got fired was he couldn't get it over the hump. 99% of all football teams at this time would give their left hand to hire a Mark Richt. He was a top
Let's just
10
say I was
coach.
very happy after the second year of Kirby Smart. I was like, okay, we did the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Saban
Even
came
though
to
Not many
Alabama.
coaches went to the Natty game against Alabama in their second year. You know, it's just not that much points.
Nick Saban came to Alabama and lost his fourth game against Vandy. Kirby Smart came to Georgia and lost his sixth game against Vandy in 2016. So, but they both turned it around. But such
Then
coaches
the next year went to the Natty against Bama and lost 5.
And such coaches come along maybe once in a decade. Who do you consider a really, really elite coach? I can name you 2 right now.
On one hand, probably.
2. No, they are not more as 2. Steve Sarkisian from Texas is not an elite coach. Every big game he went to as a head coach, he lost. Outside of his,
they might be getting pretty good here soon because we had a lot of 5-stars that we were in on, and then all of a sudden they're going to Texas because of the money.
No, they will not.
I hope not, but I'm just saying, like this last offseason, we lost like 3 or 4 or 5-stars to them because of the money.
Texas is the richest team, the richest program in all of college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, outside of SMU.
SMU.
You may laugh, but SMU is right up there.
They got money.
With Texas.
They got money.
So the last major title, baseball, hoops, basketball, and football, Texas won, was in 2005. Vince Carter. Not Vince Carter, Vince Young. So, and before that, they claimed, they faked the 1970 title. What I told you earlier when Nebraska went 12-0. So Texas won 1 title in 66 years. Major title, 66 years in football. 66 years. So they won 1 baseball title in 73, 1 in 74. That's 2. So, and that's it.
Why did you say ow?
I hit my ass on the chair arm.
Yeah.
Saleen, I will say one thing to you that I've been wanting to say for a while. Now you've been pretty humble about the last couple of years about Florida. You're just saying straight up at the first of the season, like, I don't think we're going to beat the Bulldogs this year. So I will say I love my dogs, but I will say I will give it to y'all. If Lagway, I was a little worried in that game if he had not gone out. Did I want him injured? No. But if things would have kept going, a lot of people can't admit this. The game was in y'all's favor, even though we were ahead while he was fully healthy.
No. You're wrong, Alex, and I tell you why. It's simple. Is DJ Lagway worth 2.5 touchdowns against Georgia? 2.5 touchdowns. Is he worth 2.5 touchdowns in one game?
Let me just say my nails were getting bitten a little bit.
And that's the margin you won by. Georgia won by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but the game
that
was
second quarterback that came in was garbage. That second quarterback came in. He didn't know what he was doing.
No, Florida was not deep enough
that was our third
on the trenches. You didn't lose the game because Beck was amazing or anything. Beck was terrible against Florida. Absolute horrific. So
true.
But I will also say this. The year that y'all beat us,
Alex, you won the game because your second stringers were 4 and 5 stars, In Florida, second stringers are 2 and 3 stars. That's the difference.
Well, yeah. Anyone, we all know that, but all I wanted
we crush
to
a lot
do,
of opponents with our weight. That's what we use a lot is our weight. If it's,
I've always tried to be. Oh, by the way, glad you're doing okay, Vic.
Yeah.
Really good to see that. But I've always tried to be the one Florida fan, and
that's not
everyone,
Octavian.
Nowhere in the same universe as Octavian. I've always tried to be in all things an honest, call the balls and strikes as I see them person. And, my fandom in college football, my fandom for my Boston Bruins, my Boston Celtics when I used to watch basketball, and for my Gators has always been honest fandom. And, and that is being able to call the bad with the good. So I've always tried to maintain an honest assessment of my teams. Is Florida a good team this year? No. I mean, they're not horrible, but our coach isn't really a very good coach. We don't have the recruits that we should have. And we've got an incredibly crushing schedule. I think we're a 6-6 team. Do I want Napier gone? Absolutely. Do I hope that somehow he can pull his head out of his ass and perform miracles? Yeah, why not? But it ain't going to happen. I know it ain't going to happen. So I am an honest fan. And even someone like yourself or like Lou or DVD when he was with us, will and others that I'm sorry if I didn't name them, will say SaleenDriver is many things, but he is above all an honest, sane fan. And I'd like y'all to think that I know what I'm talking about, but that's a separate subject. But at least I'm honest in my fandom, and if my team sucks, I will say so. Honestly and publicly, and I will not go run and hide like what's that guy, the guy from Lance from Jasper, or Octavian, or any of the other crazies. George, God bless them. I'm glad they're Florida fans.
That's a name I've heard in a while.
And I'm glad they're Florida fans and all that, and a bag of chips. But, y'all are also blind and crazy. If you think Florida's going 15-0 and winning natties and they're going to put 3 people into the Heisman race, it ain't going to happen.
Georgia has a good offensive line and they have a good defensive line. But
we hope, Sven. We don't know yet. We don't know yet on the offensive line.
Well,
the defensive line will be stouter, but the offensive line
what Florida lacks is a reliable quarterback. Richardson was an absolute trash can.
No, we crushed Richardson.
So,
we crushed him.
And he is now replaced at Indianapolis by Daniel Jones, the Giants quarterback.
Oof, that's not bad.
He couldn't even outbeat this guy. So
I'm not too big on the NFL. I was wondering if he had succeeded in the NFL.
I have absolute nothing against Lagway, and I wish him all the best. But I don't see it. The guy is an absolute turnover machine. He had 3 injuries. He played his first ball mid-June. His first real practice was 5 days ago. And you want to tell me this guy is ready for SEC ball? Just forget it. Forget it.
He's got multiple games to play to get himself played into a little bit better shape. But, unfortunately, it really doesn't matter because, Lagway could be 100% and Florida is still not winning 7 games. So I think Lagway will be what Lagway will be.
I don't think it's going to take him 30 games to get to get caught up. I think it'll be a few games he'll be, as good as he's going to get this season.
And Lagway, I think Lagway is going to be better than he was in his freshman year, but the lack of practice in the spring is going to hurt him. And if Florida's offensive line, which I think is going to be pretty good, can keep him upright, then he's got a chance of playing the whole season. But I think Florida is going to have to rely very heavily on their run game. Now, fortunately, their run game, we got a good set of running backs that can take the pressure off of Lagway. It's all going to depend on if that line can protect him. But by the Georgia game, we're certainly going to know what we got. And I'm still predicting by the Georgia game, I'm going to say what we got isn't going to be very good. And by the end of the Georgia game, I'm hoping that Napier will be on a bus heading in a different direction than back to Gainesville.
Cocktail party is always played up, though. I mean, Florida always tends to show up and play better than they do all season in that game.
But
I have Georgia
a good coach.
I have Georgia winning by 3 to 4 touchdowns against Georgia.
I don't think it's going to.
And
I
tell you why. I tell you why. If you watch the game from last year, Georgia against Florida, how many clear-cut, wide-open touchdowns did this Georgia bus of wide receivers drop? 5, 6, 7?
A million passes all year.
I mean, Mississippi State, my team, is a shit show. Everybody knows that. But our wide receivers, if Beck had one Kevin Coleman, Georgia wins the national championship, or they would came close to it. It was
not in the cards last year for Georgia to have a good wide receiver.
These people couldn't catch a ball to save their lives. And against Florida, it was 3, 4, 5 drop passes. Against Mississippi State, how can you allow Mississippi State in their own stadium to come back in the fourth quarter and make it a 1-possession game? These people dropped 5 or 6 passes. Why?
I agree. We had no wide receivers.
And this will change this year. And as you saw in the SEC championship game, Gunnar Stockton can throw a decent ball. He can't throw it 80 yards downfield, but a 30-yard ball, right on the money is not his problem, and he can run. And this year he has at least good wide receivers. Are they elite? Nobody knows, but at least they are proven and they are good. So,
you know what? Last year was last year, and that's in the rearview mirror. We're going to find out in the first couple of games for everybody what you got. You got what you got, but you got to find out.
I think Pete thinks that we're going to be a little bit worse, but all the enhancements we made, all the moves that Kirby made in the portal, and his natural ability to kind of just get a roster the best out of his roster. I think we're going to be better this year than we were.
Saleen, reminder, 4 minutes.
Yeah, I am going to have to wrap it up because I gotta get on. I gotta get on out of here.
Yeah, for dinner.
Okay, guys.
For dinner, yeah. But before dinner, I have something I've got to do at her house.
It's okay.
So, I got to leave myself a little extra time.
Yeah.
But, Nate didn't give me a chance to say goodbye. So, goodbye, Nate.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks for stopping by. You're welcome anytime.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's been good.
And if you see Big Dog Brett before I do, tell him SaleenDriver gives his best to him.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
Vic, I'm not on the show on Friday. I will be sitting in a pub with a Kansas State or Iowa State fan and drink a cool Guinness in Dublin.
Who you got in that? Before you go, who you got in the
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Sven. I always appreciate your input.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back in town on late Sunday, early Monday.
No, well, safe travels to you.
I got a Ryanair flight from Dublin to Berlin for $79.
And remember, be nice to the Catholics.
I'm nice to everyone, even
Well,
to
there you go.
Jews. Even to Jews.
We
Can you
appreciate
imagine this?
it. Well, being half German myself, yes, I can.
Yeah. If you are nice to me, I'm nice to you. That's the deal.
Good
So
idea.
you kick me out, and I wish you a nice weekend, my friend.
Safe travels, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you to everybody else who stopped by. It's always appreciated when you do. Always good to see everyone in the box. Don't forget to click thumbs up on your way out. Is appreciated. A nice gesture on your part to me. And stop that. That was my phone ringing. Sorry about that. Anyway, it rings through the computer now. It really is annoying. I think it's got something to do with Bluetooth. Really annoying. Anyway, y'all have a good rest of the week. The last couple of days before college football finally returns. And even though the slate of games on the 23rd is absolute shit, and we all know it's shit, as I say about hockey, better bad hockey than no hockey. Well, you know what? Better bad college football than no college football. And with that, I wish you all a good evening and peace.